The nerve. Never been so scared in my life.
The question asked about like Jake Paul being on steroids.
Very awkward about that.
That bit took me by surprise.
A lot of people have messaged me going, mate, the room goes absolutely silent when you said that.
Some supposed saying that.
Well, I don't know.
Take me out with an open goal, and Chris, oh look at me, I'm ChrisMD, it's my video, I'm all powerful and tiny. He cheated.
What's up, gangsters? We are back on Wafflin, and we love you so much. Now, Theo Baker, you are the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life.
I actually got told that recently by someone.
Yeah? By who?
Lewis Bowden.
Louis Spence?
No, but Louis Spence tried to hit up Tom Garrett.
What? Hit on him.
Yeah, legit.
This is Louis Spence, by the way.
Tried to bang him.
Wait, tried to shag him.
You know, after the Tenerife video came out, Louis Spence kept messaging Tom Garrett saying, "Yeah, let's recreate it."
I bet he actually got a lot of that, you know, Tom Garrett, after being seen, like, because it can be a fetish, right? Straight man gets persuaded to turn a bit gay, right?
Like you.
I actually think that I bet he got so many DMs from the likes of Luke Martin.
He had a lot of men trying to fuck him.
Wow.
That is a very strong sentence. But I mean,
What is?
He had a lot of men trying to fuck him.
Oh, God.
There's just no need to word it like that.
Anyways.
How else did you word it? I don't get it.
What, a number of different ways. A lot of men showed interest to him after that.
Oh, or Andy.
Right, yeah. Anyways. So, Theo,
Yeah.
you, on a level, mate, like, waffling aside, YouTube aside, whatever aside, bruv, you gave me the best birthday I've ever had in my life.
I'm very happy I did, actually.
Really?
I am, because you've always mentioned in the past how you actually almost don't like your birthday.
Yeah, man. Well, I seem to always like cry on my birthday or in Christmas, like cry for some reason. I don't know. Some people I see relate to this about the whole. I don't know if it's the attention being on you or feeling like shit. Am I making the most out of my life? I don't know. But you really made me be present and just enjoy and feel so loved.
I was talking to Jodie about this yesterday, actually, about how, because we were trying to work out what I want to do for my birthday. So, but what do you want to do? Give me. But what do you? I was like, I don't know. Just like I don't. I am similar to you. I don't like the. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Which is weird because of what we do as a job.
Yeah.
Which is all about us.
Right.
But like I much rather plan something for someone else.
Right.
But then it's awkward if they also are struggling with like it's all about them. And also with the video, it might be uploaded by the time it comes out. Obviously, I spent a shit ton of money on this video, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't want it to be about spending money. Like birthdays and stuff and Christmas shouldn't be about spending how much money you spend.
No, it's kind of like more like what the symbolism of what you were doing, the energy you were giving to me, essentially. I know, yes, it cost money, but it was more of like the principle of what you were doing. It was just like, mate, it just meant so much. And for those of you that don't know, Theo took me and the boys to Dubai. Not only that, he put me in business class, and the stuff that he made us do, like I didn't even think was possible.
We can talk about it, yeah.
We can talk about it because the video is going to be out on his channel, but it was just basically the most unreal 4 days of my life.
I didn't want to just be like throwing money at someone. I wanted it to be like wholesome things in there, because I think it's important on a birthday that you don't just like, you can buy all the gifts in the world for someone, right? It doesn't necessarily make them happy.
No.
Like, it's very important you can actually be able to connect with them and actually have joyful moments. And I feel like that trip really encapsulated that. I feel like it did very, very well. And obviously, big man Salty Martin over here made sure it was very clear that he wasn't there.
Well, that is true. That is. I mean, I didn't get to.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't pay for your entire trip to Dubai, man. But obviously, he did spend a lot of money on that video, and I'm so happy I did, because it was the start of a trip of a lifetime. Like, it genuinely was amazing. Some of the stuff we did out there was.
But we should actually talk about it, because I do keep saying stuff about like thanks for the invite, but like
it comes across really well, by the way.
No, it's a joke.
Luke didn't get invited.
But Wella didn't understand.
What do you mean didn't understand?
When we spoke on FaceTime, you're like, I don't know why he didn't invite you.
He's just being polite.
No,
he brought it up.
No, so this.
Don't.
No, I'm not being a dickhead.
You always say it with
people were just being like, well, why is Arthur TV at Joe Weller's birthday trip? But they've only met each other once. But then Luke Martin, who's allegedly my best mate forever and always,
mate, you see,
he's not there. No, obviously, obviously Theo, he's not only, obviously it's my birthday, but we're making content, right? So an Arthur TV, you put him in a video and it bangs. It just does make sense. So I'm not surprised why maybe he got the invite instead of Luke Madman Martin.
And also, I wasn't the only one making videos. Reeve was making the video. So we split everything equally. Obviously, I did for Joe, your birthday, that was me on top. But me and Reva split all the flights for Arthur and originally you. Obviously, then things changed.
Would have paid for it myself.
Would you?
No, you wouldn't, mate. You would have missed your Sunday League game. There's no way you would. There's no way you'd go to Dubai if you would come to Wembley. You got a Sunday League match.
It's Saturday League.
Whatever. You would have missed your football game, mate.
Not Sunday. And secondly, I would have paid to come. Oh, I wanted to celebrate Wella's birthday.
Such a liar.
No,
The biggest lie ever.
Do you know what I did? Like, so it's all, I'm getting these lovely things happened to me, given to me, and all this.
And you're thinking, where's Luke?
No, I freaking almost killed Reeve.
Mate, this is wild.
What?
Bruv, I almost murdered him. No exaggeration.
I've never seen a guy more idiotic in my life, by the way. We go to this amazing Greek restaurant. This was actually like I wanted to book this meal as like a thank you to everyone for coming.
Yeah.
It was like the finale of the video, going to this cool Greek restaurant.
Sorry, you paid for everyone's trip to Dubai and then you wanted to take them out to dinner to thank them.
Well, yeah, I appreciate them like...
What do you do? Bend over afterwards for everyone?
I just appreciate them...
Be nice to my friends.
Just appreciate them being in the video and just like helping me out.
Yeah, look, I've helped him out, right? No, but listen, right? So we go to this freaking Greek restaurant.
Yeah.
And what do they do at Greek restaurants? Smash plates on the ground. And I got a bit leery.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, can I smash it on someone's head?
After they'd already shown you can, by the way.
And they said have to. So basically, you can smash it on someone's head, but you have to do it the right way. Imagine the plate, it has to be not with the bottom, because the bottom's got a ridge.
Yeah. I know
of the plate.
And
I have to remember, smash it the right way round, right? And I got Reeve, I whisper something naughty in his ear, and I forget to turn it the right way round, so I just crack him on the back of the head.
Mate, head
with
splits
the
open.
bottom.
Really? What,
yeah, with the ridge of the plate, and it just fucking bleeds, and he's pissing blood. And I'm like, have I murdered him?
Hours.
Have I actually murdered him?
Was he like...
Mate, look, I'll show you.
Like, did his legs go?
But you can see what happens here is that Joe, it's in his left hand, yeah? And
Did he trust you?
it's in his left hand, he knows what he's doing. So do not, look, see, it's going to be down, that downwards way. Swaps to the right hand. Look! Everyone's like, wrong side, wrong side. Oh, he felt awful, though.
Did you
So
feel
bad. So bad, mate. Mate,
Mate, you know
so
this
bad.
split, he split his head open. Look at that. That's a man that knows what he's doing, by the way. No, all jokes aside, like, you felt awful. Reeve took it like a champ.
Yeah,
he
like-
was in so much pain. He's had his head split open by a plate. He was bleeding overnight. He bled for 24 hours. He should have gone to hospital.
Yeah, did you not go to like a doctor?
Well, yeah, we should have done, but we also had to finish the video. I'm joking. It was more like he didn't want to go.
It really was all about the
No, he
content
genuinely
with
didn't
you,
want to go.
wasn't
Like he was like, it'll heal.
Yeah, it will, but...
I just couldn't. How have I done that to a man? Like these boys are all like making
but you
a
are
lovely
that,
time.
that,
What do you mean?
that sort of person, not like in a purposeful way, but like I'd say in those situations, you can be like very clumsy when you don't realise that you hurt people. Like, that's not even like an attack on your I say like, you genuinely just don't think in those situations.
Well, like, I don't think about other people.
No, not that at all, because like that would have been intentional. But do you remember when you filmed the video in Anna's back garden? You like took Theo out, and then someone like really hurt their ribs, and that was because you had taken them out, and you weren't thinking like, oh, there are consequences to that. You were just thinking, oh, this will be funny for the video.
No,
That was a genuine accident.
I just deeply disagree.
But that
with
was was a genuine accident for, I think, that to happen, and like that was a genuine accident.
You're lucky it didn't happen to me, actually, because I would have really been crying.
Yeah, imagine everything that Theo did for me, and then I just did that to him. I just cracked.
But that was one of many things we did in Dubai.
Yeah, mate. Another thing, right? He got me the
Smacking
world's
paper
most
over the-
expensive ice cream, right?
Is that
which
this
had
photo here?
23 karat gold
Obviously, you can
on
get
it.
24.
So that's one carat off the
Yeah,
most.
why is it not 24?
I don't know.
Is it a cost?
Maybe it's where in order to make it soft,
Yeah,
it has to have something in it that means that it can't be completely.
It came with a one-of-one Versace bowl and spoon, which
Did you get to take it home?
Yeah, so I got to
This is
keep
it, this is exactly
the
it,
black
yeah.
diamond ice cream in Dubai. It's made with 23 karat edible gold.
Yeah.
Saffron, mate. It had truffle in it.
Oh, that's grim.
it
No,
worked.
it was decent. It was really good. Like, don't get me wrong. My obvious choice would be like, give me a chocky brownie
Yeah.
and all that. But in terms of like appreciating like actual different explosions of flavor in the mouth, like this felt expensive.
No,
Yeah.
well, because that's actually just what I want to say, because it's popped up on the screen. And Malfoy, I know you spent a lot on this trip, but it says one scoop of this ice cream is $817. Can you verify that?
It's actually slightly more. I think it's like £800.
How many scoops did he get?
One.
Don't get me wrong, it's ridiculous and it's not worth it. But It was a kind of unique experience. They come, the owner comes in and like makes it for you in your room.
So he's like the world's most famous ice cream man. He just comes to your hotel room. I'm in my bockies.
You know,
Whose idea was?
He's called Mr. Scoopy.
Yeah,
He actually is.
Wait, you know Versace make him like a 1-of-1 bowl. No, you can't buy the bowl.
Yeah.
You can't buy it.
And look, I've got it in my
It's
hands
mental
there.
that you get to keep it now.
Yeah, it's
Of
just
course,
at
you
home.
probably pay for it.
So you didn't even request to keep the bowl to try and
It's
maybe
his birthday. Isn't it? His birthday present.
That is why did you do that? I'm curious.
It was just like looking for cool things in Dubai. And like, when else would you ever get to try the most expensive ice cream in the world?
No, I mean like everything. Like you put on a big birthday show for Weller.
Oh, so we originally were going out for a content trip to like film loads of videos. And obviously I realised it was Joe's birthday on the Sunday. And I thought, we've actually got a lot of free time out here. Let's fucking have it large. And we did.
We really did.
We did have it large.
Well, I did think that. I was like, I know
I'm
they're
not
making.
jealous,
I know you're making content. But I'm like, you didn't have to do that for me. And it was like, it was just.
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
was
very-
amazing.
But I also knew that I didn't want you didn't want you to be sat in your room crying on your birthday.
I wouldn't have been. No, because we would have been.
No, because it is very easy to like just get caught up in the moment of your birthday, or like, oh, you're working. Like, I wanted to make something out of it, and
And that's right. So this is my next point. It could also be very easy for people to be cynical and be like, well, Malfoy obviously just did it for the content. But like what you say, like just being out there for his birthday would have been something cool.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
actually
alone
went
just
above
going-
and beyond to try and make it very special. Like flying him in business class, and then didn't the stewardesses get?
Oh,
like,
that
do
was
a cake?
brilliant.
Yeah. So when I was in business class, like I get told, Joseph Weller, please can you come to the lounge area, please? And I'm like, oh, shit, what have I been like? I've been caught doing.
Caught, finally.
Yeah, like, oh no, what's going on? And I come out, and all the air hostesses have made me this tray of like a birthday cake and a nice little like treats and all this, that, and they're like, happy birthday.
All lined up for him.
Yeah,
you
they,
didn't-
and
you
I
were
thought
the only-
Malfoy planned that and told them to do it, but they didn't. They did it off their own back. But I wonder if it's because I did walk onto the plane with that hat and birthday sunglasses and a big badge,
Oh,
and I was
they
on my own.
Joe, do you know what I'm thinking
Yeah,
about?
because that's the
right?
thing. You didn't fly everyone business. Like you
We all
didn't
flew
fly it.
economy, no,
You-
no,
like
yeah.
just Joe.
Yeah, that was the coolest
You
part.
messaged me just like fucking idiots put me up. They're all in the back of the plane.
He's on his own for his
I
birthday.
was like, no, it was just like, he did. Like, I thought at least you would put yourself there, but as in, I actually didn't mind because I was editing, right? So as in, like, it would have been.
The lonely
I didn't
place.
mind being on my own because I was cracking on with
So you
work.
spent a lot of
but
time with the air hostesses, though, which was quite nice.
yeah, exactly.
A
We
lot of
had-
time, actually.
Flirting.
No, it was just good, funny banter, and they
go to the toilet
wrote
for
me a
some
they wrote me a birthday card in all their different languages.
Do you know what I was thinking about this, right? If you're an air hostess,
Yeah,
and I know it's cool what they did for you, right?
Right.
It is very cool. But at the same time, they've seen this lonely guy come on dressed in like a huge birthday outfit to like make sure everyone knows it's my birthday,
Yeah.
but you're on your own. You walked on the plane on your own.
right.
So they must be thinking, who the fuck is this crackhead doing?
Yeah, I mean,
Did they feel sorry for you?
maybe one of them was like, "Hey, Joe, nice to see you."
How do they know my name? Oh, because you're in a seat. And
No, no, this
Trust me, they knew me. And they've taken your breakfast. So, hi, Mr. Joseph. How do you know my name?
No, this was before I was in my seat. It was before I was in my seat, so they couldn't
Because
go
they had
on.
a badge saying Joe.
No, it didn't say Joe. It said happy birthday. No, they just, one of them, I don't know, knew my name, but I don't think they were Buxton Army members. But
Did they have sex eyes?
no, because I am a good man.
You are a good man.
So, yeah, no, I
Oh, yeah,
ultimately,
but sex eyes has got nothing to do with you. Like, if someone's giving you the eyes, you can like acknowledge that someone is giving you the eyes. It doesn't mean you're giving them back.
yeah, exactly. So, like, yeah, man. But, like, ultimately, trip of a lifetime. We fucking did something else that's crazy that we
Well,
should
it
show on
was a trip
screen
of a
right now,
lifetime.
right? Look at this. Actual head first, zip lining
Terrifying.
across the marina of Dubai. Now,
That was
don't know
my
about you,
favourite
cuz, right? But look at being held over a building and swayed back and forward. And then, oh my God, it was in the weirdest way. The second you get going, though, it's not scary.
Yeah, so
that was
weird.
literally, I felt like a seagull.
But this, this zip line is the fastest and longest zip line in the world.
Yeah, I know, man.
Mate, it's terrifying. The way they'd rock you. Terrifying.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did that with him, yeah. That was mega.
Did everyone do it?
No, just me and Joe. It was his birthday, wasn't it? There it
It's
is.
so
Yeah, there
sick.
it is.
Look.
Did you go together, like in tandem?
No.
Did that not freak you out? But oh no, one of them's broken.
Yeah, one of them, we can't use
Wait,
one
how
of
did
them.
you
I was like,
find
what?
out that it's broken?
They
They
just
were like,
said.
one at a time.
No, but like, how did they find out it was broken?
Well, how do you think, mate?
Yeah, it's mental.
I paid for all this footage, but I haven't told you about. Have I told you about this?
No?
So I've got the GoPro footage of me. Haven't sent you yet. And they were like, "Oh, we don't do this for anyone else, but
do I
I'll
need
send you it."
Okay.
And so I've got myself and you, but they won't give me the unedited 360. because of the privacy with all the people's flats.
Ah.
Yeah.
But if it's just on you, just from one angle.
Yeah, that's what I said, but they're being very like pagans about it. But
that is long for man.
And then we did shark diving.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucked up.
But isn't that mental? That in the shopping centre they can have an actual aquarium with those kinds of animals. Like that is mental in itself.
Is ridiculous out there, by the way. But like, what animals are in there? You say sharks? Like,
yeah,
black tip reef sharks.
Like big shark, like these, like all that are on screen now.
Even though they're not great whites, like they look.
Mate,
terrifying.
do you know what came into our cage?
What?
A demon.
Eel, like a proper fuck off eel.
It was like demon.
You know, like the awful, like the worst idea of an eel you've ever seen. And it came and it wrapped itself round the cage and just sat there for ages. And it was like, but when it first came in, it was going near our heads and all this.
I hated it.
Mate,
I hated it. Mate, it looked like death.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what death looks like.
Is it an eel that killed Steve Irwin?
No, that was a stingray. There were also stingrays in there as well. Would you do, Malfoy, off the back of that, would you do great white shark cage diving?
I would. I think I would.
I feel like I want to go South Africa and do that.
I'm going to South Africa end of the year.
Are you? We could maybe do like a little waffling special.
Mate, I would do it, but I think... I don't think the words can describe just what
the size of them.
Also, like, why are the cages just like more not cagey? Do you know what I mean? They're not cagey enough, are they?
Yeah, I know. Like, that's a big gap. Yeah, but to be fair, he's a big boy.
But mate, I think the adrenaline and the fix, they can smell fear, can't they?
Hang the fuck up. Wait, they're just coming out the top. They're just coming out the top.
What are they doing?
That's insane.
Like, they're freaks. Like, what are they doing?
Wait, South Africa trip would be quite funny.
I would do that, but I would be so scared. Terrified. I know you're safe, but mate,
no. There's that video where people go into one of those cages and the fucking shark gets in.
Yeah, like you're dead, you're gone, you're done, you're gone.
But imagine if you're just not dead, and it's in like. I just
imagine if you're not dead.
No, but part of this, right? So obviously, part of me is like,
day.
So I'm turning 29. Well, I've just turned 29, and it did really make me realise that I want to tick off fucking everything. Because if I'm about to now enter my 30s, and it's like all the things that I'm scared of or whatever, it's like I feel like I've done all this growth now, and I'm brave and I'm confident and I'm ready to take on anything that I think like shark cage diving, whatever it is. Let's do it all.
But within reason, right? Because I don't know if you boys feel the same way.
Right.
Like, I've definitely become more of a pussy.
What?
As in, like, when I was younger, I loved to do skydiving. I feel like I've missed the boat.
Really? Did you never do it?
Never did. I had the opportunity. I never did it. And I
you
feel like I
done
wouldn't do it now. I don't think I'd do it.
You did bungee?
Done bungee jumping, yeah, and zip line. I don't think
worse.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do skydiving. I really don't think so. I just think I've absolutely missed the boat. Even when it comes to, like, skiing, right? I don't go half as fast or over jumps now. I've just got to just like life's worth living more now.
Yeah, I kind of back that, but like I would have never done a skydive because I think actually like I'd just rather not take the opportunity to potentially kill myself.
Whoa!
But there are certain things.
True.
Well, like I mean, if the parachute didn't work for
Like with
whatever
Logan
reason,
Paul.
like that would be all.
Yeah, Logan Paul's.
Do you remember Logan
didn't
Paul's
work when he did a skydive solo and his parachute didn't work.
And his reserve chute only just came out.
Yeah, and it was filmed.
Do you not remember that?
I don't remember that.
So it's like that shit can happen, like totally. And
He should be dead.
He should be, but I think like Alhamdulillah, like because God has a plan
willing.
for all of us, and I just think like
But then we also did one final thing for that birthday. We did a bunch of different videos. Like we went to the Real Madrid world.
Yeah, we were, so in Dubai there was a Real Madrid world, basically just like a theme park with loads of like Real Madrid stickers on.
It was actually well.
No, it was really fun. It was really fun, but mate, like no one's there. And the thing about Dubai, right? I feel like there's such amazing things, but it's just like, how does this earn any money? Like, no one goes.
Yeah, what are your actual thoughts on Dubai? Because I've seen a lot recently.
I'm really good at it. I love it.
No, but did you see the Ollie White video?
I thought I was talking to a couple of boys about this.
Wait, what is it?
He basically did a video. He's like moving to Dubai.
Right.
Saying,
I'm leaving London. It's so dangerous now.
I can't even step out of my apartment.
And then but there's a lot of people like
very out of touch.
emigrating to Dubai. Well, yeah, but especially because he's someone that is in an ultra privileged position compared to like the normal
he's going
individual.
to Dubai because there's no tax.
Yeah, and you think he's just framed it in a way of like
that's all he's
London's
doing.
shit,
Obviously, like they literally have like something called a creator visa.
Yeah.
Where you don't pay tax.
And you can like, if you leave Dubai, like go live somewhere else, like within 10 years, you still have residency there, so you can still claim the benefits.
People would much. I don't know if he said that. He might have mentioned tax in the video, but I think if you're gonna just at least be honest.
Yeah. Would you ever do that? Because the thing about going to Dubai, like I do feel like obviously weather, like the facilities, like what is available to you is amazing for thriving. But in terms of like what we do, like it's very big on like, about the collaboration stuff.
Yeah.
Like working together, like all the opportunities are here in England.
No, yeah, for your careers, you boys have to be here. But I mean, like from a perspective of like, let's just say you could pick up your bags and go anywhere and live, right? Dubai seems to be a common one at the moment.
I think
but there's also
because
like,
it's because of the tax and the weather.
But that's the thing. Like, there's also an argument that despite everything that it is and how it looks, so like it's actually also a soulless place.
I was going to say it feels. It's good for a holiday. That's what I say. It's a great holiday destination because you're guaranteed weather and there's lots to do, great facilities. But you're right, it is a bit soulless and there's other issues there as well. But it's more like I couldn't live there.
Yeah.
There's just not enough life, and it seems a bit.
Yeah, I
a
think
little bit.
like there's like when we talk about energies, I just do back that like bricks can't give you the same energy that like a little tree does, and I just do feel like the fact that that is just one big manufacturer, like naturally it is just a desert, and I feel like that's what your body actually senses.
Yeah,
you sense it feels like you're in a desert. Even though you're surrounded by all these amazing like arts, like the buildings are art and it's very like amazing to look at, but it doesn't give you that feeling of like being nourished by your environment because it is man-made. And I wonder if that is a thing. Like, does your body deep down only sense and feel that which is naturally on this planet?
Do you think that's why people love Britain so much? Like, you know how America's not got the history. When you go there, everything's new. There's no like old buildings really, because it's a relatively new country, right?
Yeah, because
whereas Britain has like that.
Well, Britain is like ultra.
When you
but
like, isn't it mental that you can feel history? Like you go to somewhere, and if it's got a big history, like you can feel that.
feel
Now,
it,
what is that?
I watched
What
your
is
Rome
that?
vlog, and obviously there's like a wealth of history there.
Yeah,
That's just incredible, isn't it? That place,
mate. Yeah, nuts. Like. Yeah, exactly that. Like Rome, you could feel.
No, and that's what I mean. Like Dubai is sick for everything that it's trying to be.
Yeah,
but there is something that is like inauthentic about it, and it does feel a little bit like fake and soulless.
Yeah,
like LA though, it's very fake and soulless.
People say this about Australia too, because Australia
is sick.
No, but maybe it's like not the nature, the natural
got the
element.
nature there.
Yeah, exactly. So I've heard people be like, okay, there's no history because obviously Australia's relatively new, but I can imagine like the nature, which obviously been there for millions of years. I can imagine that is like
there's a whole
insane.
There's a different culture in Australia compared to other places though. Like the culture over there is you get up early, you go to bed early, you're a rise and grinder. Coffee is just the best coffee you'll ever eat in your life. And you just it's just a completely eat drink. It's just it's a different lifestyle. Like everyone is very authentic there. I feel like you don't meet like a horrible Australian. Everyone's chatty.
Yeah, but there's a really bad road rage out there, isn't there? Aussies will know. Apparently,
Really?
like, Aussies have like the worst road rage.
Really? I didn't know that. But like generally speaking though, like everyone's like, "G'day, what's up?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, having a good time.
I actually can't believe you haven't been there. I genuinely
I can't believe it.
For this, well,
I think you wouldn't want to come back.
I'm currently speaking to a company that does like East Coast tours that plan your itinerary. So it's not like a travel thing where you're in a group.
Yeah.
They just this is your itinerary, and this is they'll either give you a camper van that you can drive yourself, or they'll give like plan your travel from each location.
I drove up the East Coast.
Yeah, so that is an option, and I'm thinking like for content that and to experience it, like, we're going to do 30 days. So I just need to like figure out with you boys when that can work. But I think
that's easily going to work.
Yeah, mate. That would
Wafflin
be
down
sick.
under tour would be great.
But even like
we'll
even if you came out for a week or whatever, like if that could be a thing, that could be sick.
Mate,
but yeah,
like that would be sick. Also, I think if we went somewhere like that, but I genuinely think like you'd love it. I just think you'd love the culture there.
Yeah,
and like the actual place.
Yeah.
I've always said like if it wasn't so far away,
I'd move there.
I would happily. Australia's the only place in the world that I've been to where I'd be like, I'd happily live
My
there.
brother lives there
really.
with my baby niece.
Well, this is the thing, right?
yeah,
Right. Okay, listen to this. Do you think if the Sidemen all moved to Australia, that all of us would actually move
You'd
to
go straight
Australia?
out there.
Because is it that
But it's easier said than done with like family and stuff. Like that's the one thing, right? I
Okay.
don't get to like FaceTime my baby niece. Do you know what I mean? You do miss out on that.
It's also that like the time difference is so fucked up. It's actually really hard to speak to people.
Yeah,
properly.
you have to speak either really early or really late at night.
Yeah.
So you do miss out on a lot. And I guess you miss out, like, it's hard that you miss out on the culture here, but it's very similar in Australia in terms of like drinking culture.
I genuinely, the culture I think is better there.
I'd agree. And I would agree.
I think
it's something
the weather helps with that as well.
Really? Why don't we just do it eventually? Why not eventually? Like, imagine when we're like 40.
I'm so keen.
Yeah, but then
But
if
I
you've
think
got kids, do you want to pull them out of school, take them to us?
Yeah.
What if they're happy? settled.
Oh, come on then.
They'll be happy.
Yeah, like Bamboo Johnson Weller will he'll fucking love it.
Johnson Weller.
But
Going back to Dubai,
yeah.
one thing we didn't touch on was where we ate for lunch.
Go on then.
We ate in the world's tallest restaurant.
Oh, Burj Khalifa. That's fucking mad.
That place is scary. Do you remember when we watched Liverpool pump Man United up?
We went there. We went to that lounge area.
Yeah, at the top.
Yeah.
We had a little glass of wine just watching Liverpool.
Yeah,
United.
Game up there.
Yeah.
But we went. It was kind of. What do you think of it? Like, it was extortionate.
The food was unreal, but it was like, mate, there was like bottles of wine or champagne on there. It was 25k.
Yeah, but like, I don't understand how anyone has that much money to dump on a bottle of wine. Or
Of course you can.
No, I know you.
Jeff Bezos wouldn't even bat an eyelid.
No, but I can't understand. Like, I can't comprehend that amount of money.
Yeah, but there are people out there who couldn't comprehend spending £50 on a bottle of wine. Everything is relative.
Yeah.
Everything is relative. And out there, it's not about drinking a bottle of wine. It's saying, I don't give a shit that I'm buying this.
And that's thing.
What it is.
It's all a little bit pretentious and...
Yeah.
Well, guess how much it costs to run the Burj Khalifa per year?
To run it?
Yeah, so just to keep it going.
Like clean, electrics. Do you know about their toilets?
No.
Oh, get a Google on the toilet as well, mate. This is mad.
Wait. Should we say how much it is?
Billion?
I'm not going to look. 192 million.
Whoa. 100 million.
Oh, fuck.
$100 million per year to run a building.
They're making profit.
That's what I wonder about Dubai. Like those Middle East countries, it's like, is it just like they are money, so therefore everything they do is just a flex? It's not even about making money.
I think so.
It's just literally going, look what we can do.
It costs fucking loads to go up that. But how much did we pay to get in there?
500 quid.
How much did you pay to get us in there?
I don't know, years ago.
But
It was so...
But what did you say about the toilets?
Oh, mate. So the toilet, right? There's so many toilets in the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere, because it's so tall, there's actually just like nowhere for it to go.
What do you mean?
So every day,
down to the ground.
no, there's no drains. There's no drainage. So every day, loads of trucks come, collect all the shit and leave. Type in Burj Khalifa, trucks, toilet trucks. Trucks often wait in line for up to 24 hours before they can offload their payload.
What are you up to? Yeah,
So
just
it's
waiting in
trucks
line
full
to...
of shit.
Trucks full of shit. But that's the other side of Dubai you don't see, right? It is, toilet
Where
trucks,
is-
mate. There they are. Poop truck jam, traffic jam. Poop truck traffic jam.
What the fuck?
It's a weird place, but like, I think if you go under the circumstances that you went, like, it can be the absolute experience of a lifetime, because it's got to be the only place in the world you can fucking snowboard and then
Ski.
sandboard in a desert.
Yeah.
We're literally like a 30-minute journey between the two of it.
And like, speaking of like the dangers of certain things that you said you might avoid, obviously you did then just go into a Formula E car.
It took a 16-hour flight from Dubai
race.
to Miami.
Yeah, straight to Miami from Dubai. You met Malfoy.
Yeah,
look at this on
Malfoy.
screen.
Yeah.
He's met himself.
Tom Felton.
You actually do look a bit like each other. Like
Yeah,
if
she
you were
said that.
brothers.
So he didn't know who I was.
He didn't.
What?
He
He had
didn't
no
go.
idea who I
He didn't go
was.
Malfoy.
I was like, how the hell do you not know who I am, man? I'm you.
I'm surprised that he didn't know you.
What? He's not that. That really blows my mind.
I said, oh, you never guess what? And he was like, oh, wait, you mean you have similar complexion?
Did you take off your hat? Well, no, to show him the hair, because that's the big thing. Like if you had like jet black hair, you wouldn't.
I did take off my hat. Yeah, I recorded the whole interaction.
Was it really awkward?
No, he was sound.
Okay.
He loved the photo of me as a kid. I showed him the photo of me as a kid. I was like, oh, look what my mum just sent me. He was like, oh, mate, we should take a photo and send it back to your mum. I was like, that's actually perfect. And then I was going to do a TikTok with him where, you know, in Zoolander, have you seen it in Zoolander when it goes, you bump shoulders, you go, you've been excused. I was like, oh, what?
I know the one you're on about.
Someone type in the Zoolander meme, please, I beg. But it would have banged, but then he didn't race the second day, sadly. But it was sick.
I know this obviously class you met him, but like that you literally went out to Miami and drove a Formula E car around.
Yeah, top 3
Miami
things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, firstly, how does that happen? Secondly, what was it like?
It was meant to be a Chippo brand deal, and then he couldn't go, so he gave it to me.
Yeah, because he does the freaking go-kart thing.
Right? Yeah. So I had it, which was amazing. I had to do 2 days of training, like a full day of training, like 9 till 5, full day of training in the sim, learning how to drive this car. And
that was when you were going up to Oxford.
Oh, no, Oxford, yeah, the HQ, yeah, with a team called Mahindra, who are the oldest Formula E team. They've been around since 2013. And just learning to drive. These sims aren't like your PlayStation. These sims are the highest spec. This is what professional drivers use to
They
learn
use
how to drive.
a version of Assetto Corsa, don't they? for the.
What?
It's a game. Assetto Corsa is
I have no idea.
I don't know. But wait, so like you,
Like
how fast did you go?
160 mile an hour on the straight. It's 255 kilometers an hour.
And could you have died? Like, as in, like,
oh yeah, like if I didn't brake, I'm dead, mate.
Obviously, you could have died.
Yeah, no, sit there. By the way, I don't know how they let us behind these cars.
That's why I got
Really?
This car got paid so much.
It is the fastest accelerating racing car in the world. It's faster than an F1 car to 100 kilometers an hour. 0 to 100 in like 1.8 seconds.
And Mr. Beast crashed his one.
Mr. Beast crashed his car, yeah. So
What?
so we actually had no idea he was taking part in this Evo Sessions thing.
Right.
So it was like me, Aguero, Tom Felton, Brooklyn Beckham.
Right.
Off the back of trying to do his impression.
Yeah.
How was he? Good guy?
I didn't really speak to him.
Oh.
He seemed all right, though. He seemed really good at driving a car, though.
So this is what
He
I
was
want to know.
fast. He was second fastest.
Who was
Third
fastest?
Driver 61. He's like a professional ex-racing driver.
But you...
I did all right. I came like 5th, 6th
Out
out of 11. I was in the faster gang. I was 0.4 seconds off Aguero. But he's had 4 months of training. I didn't. So
4 months of training?
Yeah, so Mr. Beast rocks up and we're like, hang on a minute. Why is he here? He was like secretly he was filming a video like professional versus amateur in his like series he does, like professional versus amateur for 100 grand. There was 100 grand of cash on the track. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to have a go now. He was like, okay, fine, you're Mr. Beast, you have a go.
Well,
And,
they were just like, oh, fine.
I think it was arranged, but like he wanted another go, so he came out the next day. But this is how fast they are, right? He have you seen the crash?
No.
So this is Mr. Beast crashing his car.
Did he not just get on the power too soon?
Exactly what it did, yeah. Because he hadn't had the training, he put his foot down too soon on the corner. And because obviously when you put your foot down on these cars, they just go boom. But if you're not straight...
They haven't got traction control.
If you're not straight, you just spin out.
So they've got that
Mate,
bar.
look, ready? Bosh.
Oh my god.
That's the halo. So that essentially, basically, that protects your head.
And the one in the middle that doesn't somehow blind you because it's
No, it's so
blocking your
weird. Mate,
vision.
it's so weird. You just have almost like you don't see it.
Yeah, like if you
Really?
put like a finger here,
Yeah.
eventually like you just look through it. Like I can see everything in front of
But
me.
that
Right.
crash was the perfect crash, right? He hasn't hurt himself. He's a bit shook up, but he
Right.
hasn't hurt himself. The car's only probably had like 100k worth of damage.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah, when I saw it come back in, it looked like he'd curbed the wheel, but it's probably just cost like they recommended about 120 grand worth of damage. But then
that is still a lot.
and also he hasn't fucked the car up massively that no one else can drive it. So
Right.
it's like the perfect crash. Mr. Beast crashes the car.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't mean to do it. But on the second day there was a lot of spin outs because the first day everyone was really nervous. So you're a little bit more tentative. Like
Right.
you've never driven these cars. The sim is one thing, but getting in there, feeling the power.
But the thing is like you should be spinning out like as you're trying to find the limit. As
should.
like drivers that aren't experienced, you should be spinning out.
But the first day, everyone was a bit nervous, so the times were a bit slower.
Yeah.
I took like 1.8 second off my best time. So I got down to a 117 point something, and then the next day I did a 116 flat.
The G-force.
G-force crazy.
Is it?
But like the second day, Aguero spun out, like everyone spun out because they were pushing it a lot more.
Yeah.
And is it a controller like this? Like you're pressing acceleration?
Steering wheel. No, it's all
you've
your
got
feet.
pedals.
Pedals.
It's like
do,
a
you have,
go-kart.
do you have pedals in a Formula One car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a go-kart.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're easier
Oh.
to drive because you're not changing gear. There's no gears.
Right, right.
It's all electric.
That
Like,
is
the
mad.
the
It is
acceleration
in
it
Formula
made.
One cars.
Honestly, the G-force is crazy. Like
As in the lateral one that I was on about. like,
lateral
going around
one,
the corner.
yeah, because I know it doesn't
when-
look like on camera that you're going fast, but like I don't know if you've seen a video of me, like I put a few videos of me going past.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's not even going fast. He's going like 140 mile an hour.
Yeah, no, it's quick. And when you brake, the brakes are like incredibly
I'll get
sharp.
onto there's a straight in the Miami circuit. They cut it short of the F1 one, but you flat for about 12 seconds or something it is, and you get up. That's when you get 160 mile an hour. And the first day, my helmet wasn't. It should be like really hard. Like it wasn't tight enough, and because I'm taller than the Nick DeVries, the driver, I was sitting a little bit higher in the car. So the wind was, you're going so fast, the wind was taking my helmet up. So I was like getting dragged out of the car. So I was finding it really hard to see my braking markers on the first day. So we did it the next day. But you then brake, my markers were 150 on the straight. So you go from 255 kilometers an hour down to 60 kilometers an hour in like 1 second.
You get like thrown forward.
You just go. And then
Do you think that like this could be something that YouTubers do? Like, do you think off the back of that, if Formula E were like, right, we want to do a YouTuber race?
too dangerous.
Too
We
reckon?
went out one at a time for that exact reason.
Okay.
Because
Because it's one thing being able to drive a car, it's another thing being able to race.
Yeah, next to
these cars are
people.
worth about $1 million.
Wow.
They just let us ride them.
Yeah, that's
It
fucking-
was, and I wish I had the clip on my phone. But on one of the last few laps I was doing, I was really trying to push it. And there was one corner that I've like, it looks so tiny on camera. Like, you see all these cars are like, I felt like I lost it, and I held I felt like I had like skidded around the corner. I held the thing, I didn't spin out. I was holy shit, I almost fucking like crashed the shit out of this car, but I held it. I thought, oh my God, this is like sick. I've just held this like spin, what's it called, like a drift. Looked on camera, just barely even noticed it.
Yeah, but it's because also like a lot of that will be like in a split second. Like,
Yeah.
You'll catch the back end if you lose.
I did. I was terrified. And then the penultimate corner again, I set my fastest lap, and they left the mic on by accident. And Nick, the driver, was like, "Yeah!" Scared the shit out of me.
And you heard it in your headphones.
I heard it. I was like, "Oh," like that. Forgot to brake.
Oh no!
And I've almost gone straight like off, and I've taken this huge turn around the corner, well off the track. I was like, "Oh my God, guys, your mic was left on for a second." It was definitely one of the craziest things I've ever done.
That is
like, I just hope the video can like portray it.
I'd say it's good that you're doing this though, because I think like if you have like kids one day, like FIFA Manny, right, in Saudi Arabia, he refused to even do the hot lap where a driver drives you around the circuit, because he was like, something happens to me, I've got kids, man, like I can't risk. So when you were saying about like, I don't want to do anything dangerous anymore, I'm like,
that's one of the most dangerous things.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So that is one of the most dangerous things you could do, and I'd say like, we probably do need to smash these things out. That's what I'm saying. Like
everyone's
do you know what I mean?
perspective changes when they have kids.
Yeah, like if you have kids and like you're not going to want to put yourself in that position.
But even though like you could say like, so more people, they told us more people have been to space than driven a Formula E car,
wow,
which is kind of crazy. But the car will only go as fast as you make it. Like if you jump out of a plane, you're relying on someone else to save you in their equipment. Whereas in the Formula E car, the only person you're relying on is you.
Yeah, but also
the car,
the car, yeah, but you're in charge
cars,
of it.
Like, they perform better when you are going faster, so the car is more effective when you're quicker.
Yeah, no, I know, but mate, especially that second day, that there was hardly any grip. That second day, because it had been wet and it had been drying up, and it was
slippy.
It was very slippery, and everyone kept saying it was slippy. But top 3 things, maybe top 1 thing I've ever done.
Wow,
top 1.
Top 1 thing I've ever done. Mate?
Like genuinely, like I can't. And also, by the way, the nerves. When you're like sat there and you've never driven this car before, behind the red light, behind the safety car, I've never been so scared in my life.
Really?
Yeah, mate, it's so claustrophobic.
Oh, really?
Because you're like that. Yeah. You got the shoulder, what's it called? The shoulder thing where they put in the seat and you're like locked in down.
Yeah, I don't know what.
You then got your hazmat, the neck protection.
Yeah, as in the little like
my helmet, which I got to keep, $4,000 helmet. They let me keep it, which is sick. And because the drivers are quite small people, like you, mate.
Yeah. Nick DeVries is tiny, isn't he?
He's tiny, but like I was like, if I crash, like how the fuck am I getting out of this car?
You have to do pop out pretty quick, don't you?
With a bit of practice, mate. You have to do a test. You have to do a 12-second test. They give you 12 seconds to get out of the car.
Really? Yeah, well, because obviously if you get stuck and there's a fire or something.
Mate. Yeah, I've definitely got like a newfound respect for these. I know how everyone always says like driving an F1 car and FE car is like so physically taxing.
FE, is that what they call it?
Did you have to piss yourself?
It's only 20 minutes.
No, and that is also, I told you, it's so uncommon.
No, bro. Like, you definitely, I would just to really indulge in like the culture and like being part of it. Like
it's not. No,
I'm not going to piss in my fireproof, am I?
Yeah. No, you could do though. I would make
drivers have absolutely pissed themselves before. It's just not common.
Can we get an
F1 driver on the podcast? Can we try and make that happen?
Yeah, I would love to. Like, surely Lando Norris is a little like Wafflin Mafia member. Do
you reckon?
I reckon he'll love it. But like, mate, have you seen these like some of these crashes, right? That you see, I'm just like, they are pushing these cars to the absolute limit. Do you remember like a couple of seasons ago, it was who drove over like Hamilton's car? Do you remember that? And the halo protected his head.
Oh, that was
Verstappen.
That was Monza 2021.
Like, if the halo isn't there,
if the halo wasn't there, he would have been dead.
And there didn't used to be a halo.
No. Like it's just.
I think there's a lot of sports that like it's only when people actually do it for themselves that they respect it. It's so easy to even like say like watching boxing, for example, like being like, only when I got in there did I actually realize. You can appreciate.
This is arguably the most dangerous sport in the world.
And also like, I did 2 20-minute sessions, right, one a day. Oh, after those, you're shattered. But mate, the adrenaline is crazy. Like Tom Felton, I've never seen anything like it when he came out of that car.
What? Like, wait, what do you mean? He pissed himself?
He was just shaking.
Oh,
visibly,
yeah, you do get that.
Visibly, he was just shaking and sweating. Like I felt so drained afterwards. It's 20 minutes. Imagine doing it for an hour and a half.
You'd have to wee yourself at that point. But like, but he's in like that. Do you reckon that's why they actually sack off like Red Bulls and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because
What do you mean?
Well, because like it must.
Oh, it's only Red Bull that drink Red Bull.
Like Monster is what like Mercedes drink or no?
Well, that would have been.
This is somehow now become an F1 podcast.
Yeah, no. If you do want to listen to more F1 stuff, you can head over to my podcast.
It's FE actually.
Huh?
FE.
Yeah, but F1's better.
Would you do it?
I'd do it. I think at this point I'm like I'd do anything.
So I obviously had, I'd say, arguably best week of my life.
Yeah.
Dubai, Miami, Cyber match.
Yeah.
You had a pretty good.
I wasn't involved in any of those.
Sounds like a you problem. That does.
Go on, Theo.
You've obviously had pretty good few weeks yourself, actually.
Aye.
Winning another £10,000 from ChrisMD.
Mate, mental.
That's why you've
Boring.
been robbing that man blind.
Mate, it's mental, isn't it? Because like,
I can't believe he actually
At least you
gives
were
you
great-
the money.
Mate,
he hasn't given me that one yet. I'm
you were
hoping he
gracious
does.
in winning, though, weren't you?
Are you publicly like putting it out there just so he
Well,
has to?
well, yeah, a little bit because like I can't lie. Like, so part of me was like, should I have just missed on purpose? Obviously, you know, for those of you that haven't watched it, we did a video where it was one fan from every Premier League football club competes for £10,000 for ChrisMD's video, and I won. Now, obviously, I won the previous ChrisMD video where it was also for 10,000, and obviously, I was in line to now win again. However, this time it wasn't just YouTubers involved. There was actual like
University
viewers,
students.
yeah, like students and
Struggling
like
for money.
and I was like, on one hand, I'm like, I'd be doing myself like a disservice if like I didn't try and like compete. But then part of me is like, should I just like have just donated all of the money to like the others? But then I'm like, mate, you win.
You agreed to give him
If
£2,000.
you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And then I'm like,
You agreed to give him £2,000, no?
no, ChrisMD. Do you know what ChrisMD was like? I kind of like obviously as a multi-millionaire. ChrisMD. He was like, I should probably just, out of the love of the game, I should probably give the Bournemouth players a couple of grand. And it was like, yeah, fair play. That is the right thing to do. And then he was like, actually, Joe, why don't you give it to him and give it out of your, and I was like, what is the right thing to do? Do you think Chris should have maybe?
Well, so then you were annoyed at him for trying to dish out your money.
But I was like,
Which he's about to give you.
no, I was like, should Chris donate it or should I be a good man and donate it? Like,
Should be you.
You think it should be me?
Yeah, it's like a second place fair play award.
Okay, well,
You
Bournemouth.
did pretty well.
Bournemouth, get in touch with me and we'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we.
You should get in contact. You should get in
Bournemouth,
with
get in
Chris.
touch with me. But like, even in that though, so like, in order to win, I had to score 10 penalties in a
Yeah,
row.
no, but what about earlier in the video, Joe? Did you sleep well at night knowing what you did to me as well?
What did I do, Theo? What beat you fair and square in a nice game?
ChrisMD.
You got.
I'm talking to you directly,
Okay.
okay? I heard on the grapevine that your editors were asked to remove certain clips of that video due to the fact that it was a stonewall foul on me by you. When you grabbed my ankles when I had an open goal. That was a foul. We're not even discussing when you studded my ankle, actually.
Ooh.
When you two-armed take me out with an open goal and Chris, oh, look at me, I'm Chris MD, it's my video, I'm fucking all powerful and tiny. Fuck off, all right? He cheated along with you. There was a partnership forming that had an agenda against me.
Okay.
I had an open goal
little
and he
man alive.
removed the footage which showed clearly it was a foul.
All right, so
Play
fam,
fair in Panna.
fam, right? I totally hear you, bro. But say we drew that Panna match, I still went on to score about 10 penalties and would have still won the game.
Snowball effect, because I would have been in a better situation and I wouldn't have lost my head.
No, but that sounds like a you problem, bro, because you did lose your head and you did some naff penalties. I don't know what you were playing at. You could have,
Right,
you could have
left,
just,
right, left, right.
No,
left.
you just did some sort of dink, and I was like, you are no.
Yeah, but I wasn't trying in the penalties. I knew I wasn't going to win.
Yeah, but that mentality, what's that all about?
I don't give a fuck.
You actually don't care.
I'd much rather have a go at Chris and win that after.
Do you reckon, am I a bit too much of a try hard? Do you reckon? Because like in the Wembley game, I like obviously tried hard, and then in the ChrisMD video, like everyone else seems to be having a laugh and joke, and I'm like, well, I actually want to win because I'm actually like in my mind, I don't like the idea of competing in something and not trying.
No,
you
I
know?
appreciate that. No, I do
So,
appreciate that.
what do you think I should maybe like adopt FIFA Manny's mentality and go, I'm not going to try hard because I'm scared of what other people might think of me, or do I go, I don't give a bloody fuck, and I'm going to try because that's in my nature?
You're actually lucky. I think you're lucky
Why?
because you were saved in the comments
Oh yeah, should we have a look at one of them?
by none other than John Cena.
Wait.
Now, if John Cena hadn't turned heel that week when it came out,
Wait,
John
sorry,
Cena hadn't
what?
turned heel that week,
What the fuck are you on about John Cena?
Because basically, John Cena turned heel, and everyone loved his heel.
What is turned
heel? Is in WWE, you have babyface, which is a good guy, and a heel, which is a bad guy. So John Cena turned into a bad guy that week, and it was almost like the trending thing to turn heel, right?
Yeah.
And like the top comment here goes, Chris, you're wrong. Obviously, Chris was saying, Joe, no one wants to see this. Joe, stop. And the comment goes, Chris, you're so wrong. I could sit through another 15 Joe Weller redemption arcs as long as they've got your editing team working on them and Coldplay playing in the background. Joe Weller heel turn is exactly what the ChrisMD channel needed.
Yeah.
It's like...
Honestly, I've never been a huge fan of Weller, but I like him in these videos. He brings the banter and he's actually serious about the challenges. It's refreshing to see. The other lads have the banter down, but they don't try and win in these football challenges at all. The whole reason why I started following this channel back in the day was because of the football. The banter is just a plus.
He likes you because you're a tryhard. That's
favourite. That's what I think. Obviously, I think my peers, it can like rub up the wrong way. But I think as an audience member, like, even I'd respect the person that's actually giving it their all.
100%. Like when you play fair, though.
Yeah, like as in fouls happen.
Oh, so you're angry because he cheated?
Look, rugby tackled me in a game of foul with 2 hands around my leg, and Chris cut it out to suit his agenda. His own crew was telling Chris, chill, your power's gone to Ed.
That looks like my actual nan. wait, this photo that we've just got come up on screen, by the way.
So this is submitted to our Reddit.
Yeah.
You can follow, like,
move it on
in the link down below.
Yeah, like who suits their age filter the best? Right, so that
you do
genuinely,
look a bit like
that looks like my nan. Like no fucking joke.
Can we get a picture up?
You
of
look
No,
from like
no.
WWE or something.
What? So that's me. All right, now let's go down. We've got Luke. You look like a bit of a killer.
A killer? I don't look great, to be fair. I thought I was going to look better.
All right, and then we've got Theo Baker. Please tell me they haven't edited it at all. That is quality. Look, you know what, Theo?
Mate, when I saw this first time, I was laying in bed next to Ruth, and I just went through them, and I got to the end. I fucking died. It made me laugh so much because it took me by surprise. I genuinely wasn't expecting.
My hair looks class there.
What will it go like?
Well, it will
like,
just. It will
right,
just.
Grandad, you're the fucking oldest in the room.
I am.
Yeah, but he just won't have any hair. I reckon 5 years it will be gone, unless Mr. Beast does get you that hair.
Yeah, but at least so you're wearing a wig, right? Obviously, I didn't
What
realize,
is
guys.
that?
I didn't realize that Luke's actually wearing a wig,
Mate,
and
it's a perm.
yeah, he's had something made.
A perm.
What do you think?
You have to have hair.
Do you think it looks real?
Mate, isn't it convenient that all of a sudden, like, his hair changed overnight?
Yeah. And apparently it is a wig.
It didn't change overnight.
Mate, comments
did
have
it?
clocked you, mate.
Bro, unlucky family.
Someone said I also look like. I think you started it 'cause you said I look like a grandma, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's looking extra grandma."
When your
Well, you
grandma
do
shirt,
look very grandma.
It's like
your
that-
grandma shirt and your grandma wig.
It's like how I actually look.
Yeah.
Well, it's so offensive. Like, you can call someone fat. Why are you saying I look like a grandma?
Well, you're allowed to call me old as fuck, aren't you?
Yeah, you do bully Theo all the time.
Yeah, so why can't I give dividend?
So we can quickly do it.
No.
Why can't I dish
Because
it back?
No, you're calling me grandma as an insult. I'm saying you haven't got any hair. That's a fact.
So Stephen,
I do have.
how's,
Another thing that happened recently. Actually,
what's that, Mal Flippy boy?
You went on Impulsive. You met
Yeah,
your.
well, a couple of weeks ago now, but yeah.
You did a show with your idol, Logan Paul.
Yeah, to be fair, like, I will actually say, like, I have looked up to Logan for the longest. I think in ways, like, speaking with him on that level, like, it really did show how much, like, we've actually been inspired by each other in ways. And, like, we really appreciated each other. Like, he basically said, like, thank you for his wrestling career. And I know it's definitely not down to me, but as in, like...
But he said about your WWE movie
like,
girls and stuff, right?
The butterfly effect is actually a mad thing. And I think, like, I look at him like, oh my God, he's probably one of the most successful people from our industry. And sometimes I think I do accidentally fall into, like, just seeing, you know, I am just, like, normal geezer from Eastbourne. But, like, to the fact that I've inspired him, who's basically our version of, like, Dwayne Johnson. Like, he's actually fucking massive. Like, I don't know, it meant quite a lot to hear him talk the way he did.
He knew how it started as well. You know, he said Theo Baker, you said Malfoy. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, he loves you. And I think... I'm getting a lot of people saying about, like, regarding obviously the question asked about, like, Jake Paul being on steroids.
They were very awkward about that.
That bit
didn't
took me by surprise.
That, you know, a lot of people have messaged me going, mate, the room goes absolutely silent when you said that. It's like
have you exposed something there.
Well, I don't know. It's where, like, some people are being like, mate, they're blatantly both, like, probably taking something and don't say that. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Obviously,
a lot of WWE superstars take things.
A lot of WWE. I mean, look, I don't think if you're not competing in like a professional, that's where boxing is difficult. Like you're actually hurting people.
Yeah.
Wrestling, I mean, I don't think there's any problem in them using performance enhancing stuff. If they want to, they do so much that they probably need the recovery.
It
And they probably
enhances the show as well.
right. So like fair play, but it was a very interesting moment, and I felt a bit like, oh my god, have I said the wrong thing here? Should I have maybe kept it to myself? But as we all know, I do like to be outspoken and say stuff with chest.
Surely he respected the fact that like you came on there and you were comfortable enough to say, "Is he on gear?" As in like Jake, obviously. Like that's like a fairly ballsy thing to do, to go on a show as big as Impaulsive with Logan Paul and then to like ask him to his face, "Is your brother on gear?"
And you asked for a couple $1 million.
I did say, he was like, thank you, Joe. And I was like, yeah, how about a couple $1 million? Because like, I think, you know, it's amazing everyone saying thank you and, you know, getting like a Hall of Fame thing and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah,
ultimately,
but
words mean something, but actions mean another.
You've all made multi millions off of this. And I genuinely, like, I would be, you know, I've been totally transparent about, like, I have had actual like financial issues, like since doing all of that and being involved, like, you know, where I fell out of like the whole YouTube scene, I got to a point where I was like, shit, I've actually like run out of money. And like, it is mental. And part of winning is you then win the right to then make money for moving forward. I totally get that. But it would be incredible if like one of these boys could turn around and just go, you know what, we have made like millions, if not billions off of something that maybe you guys created. Here's a little thank you of a small loan of $1 million.
No, this is my question.
Can I have some as well?
So if let's say Logan, JJ, whoever, Misfits, Jake Paul get together and they're like, we think Weller deserves some of this.
Yeah,
we're gonna give him $3 million.
I will give $1 million of that straight away to a few causes that absolutely mean something to my heart.
I totally thought you were going to go a different direction there.
So my question would be, would you actually then
am I one of the causes?
Acknowledge that it wasn't just you, it was the pair of you?
Yeah.
Would you then be like, Malfoy, I'll split this with you?
I'll give him so probably about like £400. I'm joking, of course.
Wait, you split it with him?
Yeah.
Straight down the middle?
Yeah.
1.5 each?
Yeah. 1.5 is, I can do more than enough with that, yeah.
All I want to do is buy a house.
Yeah,
and then would you still give $1 million to causes? Yeah. Or you just keep $500,000?
So if okay, why don't we do this? Million.
Yeah,
that's 3 million.
Million.
Now we just need to make this happen.
You've had your fair share. With
too much, I'd say.
Way too much, actually. He's doing a Cadbury's brand deal in a minute. He's getting us boys in it, and he's not splitting any of the revenue with us.
Wait, what?
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, you're in it.
We have to... when you talk about parasitical behaviour...
Parasitical behaviour?
No, I'm actually
do you know how many videos I filmed for him back in the day?
Look, he's done nothing for me.
Penny.
You know, I actually...
No, to be fair... wait, can I actually say... I know I do bully you. But it's only because I know that... No, only because I know that you know that I'm actually joking. Because Luke filmed so many videos for me, and I'd pay him £50 per day, and then probably make about £1,000 from the video, and I'd only pay him £50.
Can we?
And like that's why I don't mind like giving you a house. I didn't mind
because I was
and like giving you food in your fridge.
I was.
Can you go on your channel, Sickly?
Sickly.
Can you go on?
How did you even get that?
Ronaldo versus Malfoy, or wherever it was. Do you remember that video we made, which was my idea?
Is that the one when we were down the beach and he was RKOing you?
It was at like 31 as well.
Yeah.
When you were late.
Can you just tell me how much that earned quickly?
Okay, well it's on 5.8 million views. Yep. Wait, I'm gonna have to go into the
Ronaldo picking up girls.
No, just this one in particular because I don't know if you remember what happened with this video actually.
Is this the one when you were late for work?
No, don't worry about that one.
Wait.
Yeah, so this video here,
5.8
million views, which was my idea.
Okay, it's monetization sharing, so I haven't obviously got the full revenue from it, assuming because I use copyrighted music.
Ah, okay.
So let's quickly see the lifetime revenue from this video is £678.
Is that it?
Because it was copyrighted.
You were shocked.
Don't worry about what I'm about to say. Actually.
What were you going to say?
No, don't worry about it.
There you go. You can see it there. £678 from that whole video.
From
5.8 million views. That is how YouTube has changed. Wait, no, go on, Theo. Go on. No, say what you were going to say with chest.
Go on, spit out.
Go on, please say it, Theo. With full chest.
Well, that's the only video I believe you've actually done a revenue share with.
What, with you?
Yeah, you did a revenue share on that one.
Did you ever see it?
And that was the richest I've ever felt in my life.
Wait, and how much did you get? Like £300?
I got £600.
Yeah, so
What,
I got
so you just gave him all the money?
No. So it must be 678 and 678. It must be a split.
No. Because no. You just bank transferred me that.
How would that be?
Well,
Maybe
YouTube doesn't know that you've paid him.
well, yeah. I mean, that's what it says.
So you literally just paid him.
I must have just given you the full amount. So it's like I've given you all of the money. So you've got 100% of it. So yeah, please. What is your complaint?
No, there's no complaint at all.
Yeah. What about
So obviously.
Oh wait, I haven't even mentioned about the show. I wanted to say something about the Impaulsive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what was it? But
You say that, and then
go on. Say what happened on Impaulsive.
I thought you really handled yourself really well on it.
Okay.
Kiss ass.
But you did. I don't know if you noticed. You did that thing that like. Have you ever seen like David Beckham?
He was cock proud.
Like talking like to like someone in Spanish, like someone who's
I
Spanish.
kept speaking in American. Yeah.
You know, you kept ending every sentence like this, and like, oh yeah. And like, you know, when like I'm like, say when you talk to like someone who's Spanish and you like sort of put on like a weird Spanish accent,
Yeah.
like,
Bro.
you know,
Yeah.
if you go like this,
Yeah.
everything you said was like a sentence and like a question.
Okay, so this, bro.
And I was like, why were you doing that?
No, mate. So I have this thing. I mean, it's like the Central C clip.
Bro?
It's like whoever I'm talking to, I emulate their mannerisms.
They didn't do that.
No, but like in my mind, that's must have like what I feel is going to connect. It's like whoever I'm talking to, my mind wants to meet them in a way that I feel like they're going to be able to receive.
It sounded
and
like-
it's almost like, why aren't you just being yourself, Joe? But it's like a really, really like intelligent.
It sounded like you. It sounded like you thought they weren't understanding.
Yeah.
anything you were saying.
It's almost like I'm because they are different. They're American people, so it's
They
almost
don't
like
understand English, do they?
I don't know if I talk if I just talk even if I talk like this, like just talking out how I'm talking now, I'm just like, are they going to grasp what I'm saying, or am I talking too quick? I don't know, but I know like I almost want to meet them in a way where they can really feel and hear what I'm saying, and it's probably not unnecessary, but I notice I do it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. What was it really cringy?
No, but I don't think anyone else picked up on it.
You would have though.
I definitely picked up on it. And
Yeah.
on my run,
Rod, Weasley.
on my run this morning, I was like listening, and I could really pick up on it.
Is it annoying?
like that.
Is it quite frustrating?
It was
to
really
listen
frustrating to listen to because I said just talk normally.
Oh really?
But I think I'm on because I think
just talk normally. That's so frustrating.
no, but I don't think I've seen no comments about it. But
Really?
because I think I know you, and I was like, I could tell what you're doing. It's like Billy Wingrove does it a lot when he talks to like I don't know Del Piero.
Yeah, but he's from Essex. I feel like it's an Essex trait as well.
Beckham's not from Essex, is he?
Yeah,
But you know what?
Beckham's Essex.
But you know what? Like I think I do it like when you're in France asking for a croissant.
Yeah.
Maybe a croissant. It's like fuck off.
No, it's nuts because like going into that, like obviously I must have had like the worst influenza in my life, but it was like one that made me not be able to think straight. And I was on the train up there thinking, oh my God, I've essentially got the biggest podcast like guest appearance of my career.
Yeah.
And I can't think. And I was nervous of feeling like I wasn't going to be able to do just me.
But you came across really well.
It was like, I like to think that, okay, I managed to cover it and still like make, everyone laugh and like talk on a level. But I noticed that when I tried to think about what I was going to say, like, it took me ages. And
I've been there. I think you came across very coherent. I thought it was really well. I just wish that they had given you a little bit more time to speak on certain things.
Yeah, there were certain times where I did think, obviously, like both of them like a class, but I noticed that Mike at points would go off on certain tangents that then almost me and Logan couldn't really add to it because it was almost like slight monologue.
Yeah.
And it was on things that like I didn't necessarily like even. I don't really look at hate on Twitter or look at the politics of social media. Like I don't really, whereas like the wrestling conversation, fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
And like Logan has texted me since, right? So obviously it's like quite an obvious thing. So I wouldn't expose private messages, but he did say, bro, the more I think about it, you should try be a WWE star. There's a show called LFG.
What is that?
That is like a reality wrestling show.
Sick.
It's like he said it's a good starting point, and like I may need to climb the ranks, but he reckons that I'll be on the main wrestling roster in no time if I actually go for it. So LFG, okay, it's run by the WWE.
Wow, let's freaking go.
And I basically said to Logan, I was like, have you got any contacts? And he said, I'm on it. Like, so
that would be like I genuinely think that is like
what you're born to do.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous. You would be so good at it, and I genuinely think that is like that's your career pinnacle. I think if you went back and spoke to Lil Weller,
yeah,
like littler Weller, back in like when you were like 7 or something, if you had said, "Oh, you could be a WWE superstar," you'd say, "Yeah, that's what I want."
Yeah.
Other than maybe footballer at that time, but I reckon
They were your videos as well. Like I think, and you also, I don't want to blow trumpet up your own smoke, but like, but you you're pretty.
Oh my!
I know the video, the video you made at Christmas. The video made at Christmas was a little bit on the,
the gay side.
I didn't say that, but you're quite good. You're quite good at the moves.
Yeah, man.
You just need to like build your body to be robust enough.
Yeah, well, no, I definitely need to
get on the gear.
Not get on the gear, but I think I don't need to hit the gym. Need to hit the gym a bit more. but that's just from watching wrestling. Like I've figured out how to do the moves. I'm like with actual training, right? And even like Logan, like what he said about me calling like pin me like at the stadium during the celebration. He's like, mate, that off the cuff like thinking. He was like, mate, that's what like a lot of these wrestlers like actually lack.
Yeah.
And it's like the fact that he was just like, yeah, I think you should do it. And I was like, I think I should do it. And I've actually got this video idea of how I want to start my road to becoming a professional wrestler.
Call it Road to WrestleMania.
Road to WrestleMania by Joe Weller. I mean, maybe. And that's the thing. I think like,
one.
Yeah, another idea.
I think nice one, Malfoy. I think it's actually going to like. I actually got an email back from this federation that is in a part of the world that is, let's say, like starting from the absolute ground roots of wrestling, not Mexico. Oh. It's even more like grassroots level. That is just outrageous, and they've said they'll welcome us. So I'm hopefully in the next month going to be flying out there to film like a kind of documentary of me training with them and having a wrestling match with this federation. And I think it's actually going to be sick. And I would love, in an ideal world, to have Logan come out and do it with me and we do a tag team match. He probably won't be able to and won't be allowed. Yeah. But even just incorporate it, like it starts with like a FaceTime call from him and him being like, Joe, if you want to make it in the WWE, I'm sending you to like start from the absolute ground up. And he sends me to this place that's like... let's say this. It's the most brutal wrestling training camp in the world.
There's so many episodes you can make on this. I definitely think you should do it as a series. Like you could even just go Logan's and like get trained by Logan.
Well, yeah,
for an episode.
Yeah.
Definitely make it like reality TV though.
And I think, yeah.
Can we just say, like, aside from all this, Logan Paul came to the UK, wanted to do an episode of Impaulsive, and thought, I know who to ask.
Yeah, it's like he's only done it with me.
I'll text Weller.
That's mental, isn't it? Because considering like how many like massive YouTubers there are in the UK, the fact that he did me and Tom Aspinall, the UFC fighter.
Wait, we were gonna have him on.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. Yeah, like I think it's easy to obviously at points where I've like totally like not looked at like almost like underplayed my. I know I come across like egotistical and all that, but almost like forgotten
who you are.
Yeah, and it's like then when you have something that almost like recognizes that and like appreciates what you've done and the impact you have, it's like. Yeah, man, it is a nice feeling. It almost like inspired me to like, yeah, like
you can do this again.
I can do, mate. I actually freaking can.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I think to make a wrestling series like building up, and then eventually I'm hoping WWE will see that and be like, fucking hell, this geezer's actually like going for it.
Yeah.
And then to do like a what would make sense, mate, is a WrestleMania match, Logan Paul versus Joe Weller.
Yeah, that would bang.
Like that would actually make sense, but I know I need to build up my like
4 years.
Wait, I don't want to like be rude here, right? Do you think like genuinely like your height might be an issue?
No.
Do you think you'd have to be more?
Tell Rey Mysterio that.
But he is a bit more like he flies around. Yeah. It's a completely different style. So are you gonna have to like be a different style? Because like, imagine you lifting up and it's like Batista.
Yeah. So it wouldn't. That's the thing. The moves that you do like wouldn't.
Yeah, they have to suit you.
Yeah, it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. The moves that he did weren't based around like lifting everyone up, like as in like John Cena, powerful, and they weren't based around doing high flying or being agile. He was a personality, and his moves were just more brash and just aggressive. And I think there's definitely ways in which like I can make use of my abilities. Yes, I am strong. I'm not as strong as those guys.
You can get stronger.
You know, there's definitely I can sell moves as well. Like so, you may be a wrestler that does good moves, or you may be a wrestler that makes the moves doing on you look amazing. And I believe I can sell moves like so well. So yeah, we'd have to look into it. But
learn to flip and shit. That's quite scary.
Yeah, like you have to take bumps and
learn
stuff.
to fly, basically. Take bumps.
Yeah, take bumps. Like mate, you have to like.
learn how to fall.
How to land in a safe way.
You know the running, the treadmill, like the training session, Mr. Beast thing,
right?
And Speed's fucked his eye and his shoulder from it.
Really?
But did you see Logan? Face first. He smacked it like that. It's really bad.
Yeah, let's show that on screen right now. Like this YouTube short that Mr. Beast made while we were at the training day for the charity match.
Did you see Logan's fall?
No.
He falls like a professional. Like he's learned how to fall.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool.
Yeah, man. No, that is it. Like a lot of it is just technique.
That
like,
one top right. Yeah, look at
technique to make you look like you've hurt yourself when you're actually not. So let's see what Logan does here. So it's the world's biggest treadmill, and he's making it go faster and faster and faster.
Yeah.
And seeing who can last the longest.
It looks a bit scary, doesn't it?
I would have thought Speed is going to win.
Mate, anyone could have done this on the training day. We all said no.
We said no because we didn't want to hurt ourselves, which I think is fair. Like
Logan making it look easy.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like he's sprinting.
Yeah, he's got longer legs as well, isn't he? Oh my God, Speed's surely going to go. Oh, yeah, see, look, take the bump. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to fall. Let me do it in the safest way.
Yeah.
So, is there any potential that we get Logan sitting beside me?
I said it on the podcast. I was like, mate, it'd be sick to get you on Wafflin. Obviously, his schedule is mad and he's in the US. But I do think if in future there's anything that comes up, like, he seemed very, like, off the back of that wrestling celebration thing, he was like, bruv, like, thank you so much for that, like, for creating that moment. Because obviously, like, it was my idea. But it seemed like he felt like, he wanted to give
between the two of you.
Yeah, like,
it wouldn't have worked with any other pairing.
Right. So it was sort of like, I think if we were like, yeah, man, could you be a part of this? It wouldn't surprise me at all if he's like 100%.
Won't he be back over soon?
Well, yeah, if he's here for the WWE thing at the end of the month, like 100% we should try and get him on then. Yeah, basically, yeah. It just made me realise, like, he's a very humble guy, like, as well. Like, as every success that he's had, like, the fact that he's, he's not arrogant in that sense of, like, I've done everything and you should thank me and, like, who the fuck are you? Like, he's not that at all.
He's had some ups and downs.
But that's probably because of the
that
downs.
That comes with ups and downs. And I think, like, certain creators that maybe just have had the successes and let it get to their heads.
He went through the whole world hating him.
Yeah. And that does a lot. He said on the podcast, mate, he was like, what I've experienced, I am absolutely certain that anyone else would have killed themselves by now.
I don't
like, he said, I'm absolutely
entirely plausible.
And I said, mate, fair play. Like that I won't.
Like you had a considerable amount of like shit, but it was mainly UK, right?
Right.
Whereas he had the world.
Yeah, like every
and
media.
I also
like
think like
and there's
yours
not
was
comparing, but
mockery. His was like pure hatred. As in,
also he got what he did was incredibly wrong, but he was attacked for being him, as in like what he personally did was wrong, and that's probably what was different with you. Like you just lost. Yeah, you know what I mean, like it wasn't like they weren't attacking you for.
Before I was a dickhead or for arrogant.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? Like what he knew what he'd done was wrong, which I guess was slightly worse because you almost like you deserve the hate. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the fact that he is where he is now, like, and he's come back, like, mate,
yeah, you're welcome.
Is incredible strength, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck me. Anyways, let's go on to some emails.
Oh, Luke, what are you doing?
Right, this one says, Luke, explain yourself. Luke's fantasies. My knob is only 4 inches. I'm guessing this person thinks that this looks like Luke.
I can see that.
Or is it Luke?
Is that you?
I mean, at first, that's obviously not me.
No, I don't know, Mummy's little boy.
Does that look anything like me?
Right, that is confirmed, Luke, we can officially say.
He should be in prison.
This next
email.
email. Hi, Joe, Theo, and Donald. I've got a serious issue. I've been seeing this girl for over a year now, and we finally made it official 4 months ago. We met her at work, we got on really well, and she has a fat bunda. But on a serious level, last night I was at her house and we were having sex, and the cat always comes in the room, making the door open as her door doesn't close properly. And now normally, although it's annoying, she doesn't react to it in an angry manner. But this time she stood up, picked the cat up by 2 legs and helicoptered it across the room.
That's not right.
At least 20. What? At least 20? I stood up in horror after watching what she's just done, and the process... It made my willy go soft. Right. Okay.
What horrible.
Right. Bear in mind, the cat is disabled.
Well, yeah, it's missing throwing it around.
It's missing a leg, and ever since then, I can't get a rod on. As all I can see is the image of the cat flying across the room and hitting the wall. What do I do? That's fucking
horrible.
You got to report
her. You have to
report that shit. That's fucking evil. Like, on a level, like, bun that, because that's who she is as a person. Like, if you're willing to like hurt animals, like, I think that is a number one. Like, go away.
She was so sexually frustrated that she threw a cat.
No, that's not sexual frustration. That's having fucking issues.
She needs to be sent to prison.
Yeah, like that should be. It should be an like imprisonable offence, like to hurt animals.
It is imprisonable offence.
Yeah.
No,
You can be put in prison.
Yeah, like you should. Like freaking call the cops, bro.
Call RSPCA, isn't it?
Call the cops.
Wait, who would you call?
Like
what? Animal abuse.
Protection?
Yeah, RSPCA. I mean, just get onto them.
You should definitely call.
Yeah, like, and anyone that knows that someone is abusing animals, like, please report that shit, because like we love kitties and we love all animals. Actually, I know we eat them unless you're eating them. No, but still be nice to them until you're eating them. Anyways, right.
Yeah, when did you ever eat a cat?
Oh, no, yeah, don't eat kitties, but I eat animals like cows.
But why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's all right to eat?
Cats are domesticated.
No. Listen, I don't think it's all right to abuse any animals.
No, not abuse. But why do you think it's all right to? If I was like, here you go, Weller, do you want the beef burger or the spaniel burger?
I'd eat both.
You'd eat a dog burger.
Yeah. if it's like just standard, like been treated well his whole life and now it's being cooked to eat, then yeah.
Mate, so your dog,
not my dog. That's like my dog, but as in like
no, but
if I had a cow and it was my pet, then I probably wouldn't eat that cow. I'd probably eat a cow that's not my pet.
Oh, so you'd eat a dog that is not your dog?
Yeah.
What?
Because I'm not emotionally connected to it.
What? So that's it.
Would you eat human if you didn't know the human?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Obviously.
Would you not rather eat a human that you know?
Nah.
You kind of know, like.
I'd munch your box.
Oh, fuck off.
Right.
Anyways, right, next up, we've got another email that goes, all right, lads, quick one. Great performances in the charity match, top-notch stuff. I strongly believe you boys should go to Ayahuasca. Yes, I've literally been planning this video. I'm doing it. Believe you boys should go to an Ayahuasca retreat, all three of you, not even to film, but then you all can talk about it after in the pod, and may as well bring Arthur TV with you. Could be good. I reckon this could be very interesting and lead to some really good chats. Yeah, like I saw Risky Reg as a YouTuber. He did this. Risky Reg, mate.
So one of your mates down the pub.
He films.
Yeah, Risky Reg.
No, it's like one of Mashtag's mates.
Tactical Tom.
No, he films with Mashtag all the time. Anyways, he's just gone to Mexico and done an ayahuasca retreat, and he vlogged it. And he said how he's not about like the whole like spiritual stuff and whatever, but he obviously had the experience where he saw everything and like saw life in a completely different way, saw himself, changed him forever. And yeah, like I would love to go and do that. I know a YouTuber very close to us went and did one in Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. I'm basically wanting to plan to do that. If you boys are up for it, I would love you to come and do that as well. Obviously, I know filming it maybe because this is beyond like the fucking human realm and all of that. Like this would be like mental. No, it would. So it's like I understand if cameras maybe a bit like throw you off, but
the one thing I think I've said this before. The one thing that puts me off doing it is that I'm so like content and happy with life right now and like my mental space. What if it fucks me up?
I don't think it would, because all it's going to do is show you the truth.
Yeah, but like what
is the truth?
Yeah, what if that changes my perspective on life?
But it probably won't.
Unhappy.
But what happens if now is
probably is not reassuring.
But what happens if now is the truth and it shows us a lie?
It actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no. I mean, it can like warp you and show you something that you think's real and it's not. Fair enough. I mean, like,
do you know what I mean, brother?
No, I do, but as in like,
I love the idea of it because it sounds like some of the experiences that people have are nuts.
Yeah, beast mode.
You've got to stop saying that.
I just think it just like would make sense for everything. I just think everything would just make sense.
I think for you it completely makes
No, but I think for anyone.
But I don't think that's true.
Why?
I don't think everything makes sense for everyone.
Agreed.
But as in, imagine if you like the heightened awareness and what you get shown will make sense because the fact that you're getting shown it and the way I just feel like you're shown it in a way that it only makes sense.
Yeah, but it also depends on like how you react to it.
But people, there's been negative instances.
For example.
No, mate, there's actually been loads of negative.
Have there?
I actually, because one of our first
negative
episodes
ayahuasca
we spoke a little bit about ayahuasca, and I was looking at negative experiences. There are some bad experiences where people are like come back and they're like, "This has ruined my life."
There you go.
Why has it ruined it though?
Because now their like perception of life is so fucking warped and like.
Had a really bad experience.
Oh, that's good.
I had a really bad experience with ayahuasca, and I don't know what it means. I just came back from doing a 2-night retreat, and I had the worst experience at times. This was my 3rd time doing ayahuasca, so we've done it 3 times, and the most extreme. For a dark, evil energy around me, and I saw a witch behind my right shoulder. At times, I felt like I was dying. but I had to get through the pain by myself. I felt like I was turning into something evil. I felt this intense power and darkness within me. I ended up being stuck in a loop at times, thinking that I was never going to be able to get out, and the pain of not being able to get out was overwhelming. At one point, I felt like I was crying loud out of pain and forgetting that there were people around me.
Yeah, but bro, see that to me, that just screams like ego death. Right, what I mean by that is like you're like fighting with yourself. It's like I'm like being faced with who I'm being. Like deep down, this like attachment to what I think I am, and I can't let it go. I can't, because with these things, you have to completely let go and surrender to the fact that like almost all your belief systems, everything that you believe about yourself and about reality, you have to open mind of like that to be challenged. And I think like if you're deeply holding on to this belief, and I think that's what may scare you more than anything, that like your ideology of what's real and what is actually best for me and makes me most happy may not be real. And actually the truth will always be what makes you most happy and most fulfilled. And like, so that's what I'm saying. Like what you've got maybe here, and you may be content with it, but what you actually like want and would like desire deep down is the reality, is truth.
Yeah, but the alternative is that, okay, it absolutely could either make me stay where I am, it could take me up here, but it could also take me all the way down here.
Yeah, so but I think if like I'm saying anything, it's like yeah, but
if I'm in a place where I'm like, I'm completely happy and I'm completely content with everything in life, like why would I take the risk to potentially throw that off?
Well, just explore it, because I don't know, it's like,
I don't deny it. It's not like an incredible experience and could be like, would be fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe it is just put different personality types, because I guess my mentality is like I love adventure. I love like seeing new things and like challenging my perspective and challenging things. Whereas like I guess, you know, you are okay like set up just living. No, I don't mean this disrespectfully, but like living in Seaford, like knowing where you're at. You don't necessarily want to try the crazy new things. Like maybe it's just in your personality that you are more of like content with what I've got rather than risk losing that or that being changed for the sake of something. I often else.
Like being familiar with things.
Yeah, so like autism.
I find happiness in familiarity.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
is that autism?
Yeah. So
maybe
no, but like yeah, maybe. But imagine if like
don't get me wrong, the actual experience itself like is appealing. Like I love the idea of doing it. It's just potentially like whether it throws me off afterwards. That I think, is it worth it? Probably not.
Yeah,
there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Theo, would you do it? Come with me. For your birthday, I'll take you.
I don't know.
I'm taking you.
I feel like I would like to, but I just feel, I don't know why, but I just have this feeling that it just wouldn't really like change me.
That's okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even if I did see it or whatever, it's just like, yeah, cool. And maybe I have a different view on certain things, but
you'd have a mental trip.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, yeah, but we do that in other ways as well. But like, it's more like, I am just really happy with everything right now.
No, that's class.
Do you know what I mean?
But isn't part of that because you're so solid in where you're at to explore these new things? Like it's almost just like it's like going on a trip to Dubai. Like you're happy. You don't need to go on the trip to Dubai, but it's in like
I don't think anything negative would come from it.
So why don't we do it? For your birthday, I'm taking you. So we're going to say no to your present, bro. Come on, I want to treat you.
Your birthday in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So when I take you, will you do it?
Well, ideally not before my Boston Marathon.
Okay, so after your marathon, if I said, Theo, we're going to do ayahuasca.
Maybe after the Ironman in August.
Okay, if I said we're going, are you saying yeah?
I'd say maybe. We'll have to think about the dates.
Okay, if you can do the dates, just because if I will start preparing something if you're up for it.
I don't know about that. Maybe. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
He's never going to talk about it again.
No, I'll bring it up every single day from now on. Right. Dilemma. Hi, boys. I need some advice.
18.
It was my 25th birthday last week, and my girlies bought me a ticket to Magic Mike. There we go. To the Magic Mike live show in London for a bit of a laugh. When I got home and told my boyfriend, he threw a massive strop and didn't talk to me for the rest of the evening. I know he has been to strip clubs on stag do's and stuff before, so I feel like it's a bit hypocritical. Do you think this is a massive red flag, or is he within his rights to be upset? Obviously, naturally, natural instinct, the idea of you looking, or if you got taken up on stage and interacting with other men in a sexual way is always going to initially flag up something that's not comfortable in the brain. However, how he responds to that, about whether he decides to see the bigger picture or give into his chimpanzee brain of like territorial, that's the next thing. And obviously a level of maturity would have been him going, firstly asking like, what did you know, if you did get up on stage and start snogging one of them and like grinding all over them, like if you did
on stage stuff would take the piss.
Yeah, like that's then a bit like, whoa. But like going to the show, like
it's just a
show, man. It's just a show. And
also, he's been to the fucking strippers.
Yeah, like
that is where
is that his ego hurt.
He's got no excuse.
He's butt hurt.
Yeah, it's funny if those guys all look amazing and he feels like not as confident, and it could hurt his ego essentially. So like, I don't. Yeah, obviously it's not cool to do the strop thing, but I wouldn't say it's like completely without reason for him to be a little bit like, ow.
But
like,
those videos, like, have you seen like going on stage and doing some of the stuff that happens? Like, have you seen like the videos like?
No, if your missus went on stage, I mean, that is a completely different scenario. I
like getting absolutely grinded, and kissed all over.
Like that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
But then at the same time,
also,
if he's gone to the booby bar, like
booby bar,
what's he been doing?
Yeah,
there?
true. Very true.
He can't be like throwing like tens at strippers and having boobs in his face and then be angry at his.
Also, what does he want her to do? Like, say, sorry, girls, I know you bought me the tickets, but no, God, boyfriend said I can't go.
Yeah, that would make him look like a massive cock.
Control freak.
Yeah.
So there you go. From the boys, you heard it loud and clear. Now we have to wrap, right?
We do.
Today's been quite more of like a good conversation rather than just being silly, goofy idiots. I feel like it's a good little chat. Until next week, let us know if there's any guests that you would love us to have on and we will reach out. Obviously, get your questions in at what email, Theo?
theboys.com/wafflin.
No. It's theboys@wafflin.sandwich. Now, what is it, Luke? I actually forget it.
theboys@wafflin.co. You can also get involved with the Reddit. The link will be in the description.
Yeah, that means sending in your pictures, videos, or, outrageous claims. Subscribe. We want to get to 1 million subscribers, obviously.
It's going to happen.
And we want 5-star ratings, please, on all podcast platforms.
Yeah.
Because that means we, I don't know, get
just good. Helps out the show.
Yeah.
Better ratings.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yep.
Until next time, we love you forever and always, boys.
Love, peace, and techers.
See ya.